said you can always direct them, but how will you direct them? They don't have any contact.
Okay, so you can reach us on our numbers on 0704 5581 99 or 0772647124. Thank you.
Can a parent out there call when they want to consult?
Absolutely. Every time you feel like calling, feel free to call. We are always available to give you any service that we can offer you.
So we are with Edith from Hear His Voice Uganda, and we were talking about Hear His Voice. But we want now to get back to the special day, which today is. And this is the International Cochlear Implant Day. Yes, apparently I might be hearing about this implant for the very first time, because when we talk about implants, what runs to our minds is the implant, family planning. But there is also a cochlear implant. And what Mrs. Mukai is going to take us through is now what this called a cochlear implant is.
Yeah, so thank you once again. Fellow parents and fellow Ugandans out there, a cochlear implant is a surgically implanted device that is put in a cochlea. Okay, so it is done by a trained medical ENT specialist who really have capacity to do surgeries, and they are trained on that. So not every ENT specialist can do it, but there are doctors that are trained to do these implants. And we are so delighted to know that we have them in Uganda.
Wow.
We are so glad to know that this can be done here in Uganda. So it has two parts. One is inserted in the child's cochlea, and then there's an outer device, as we are going to look at this right shortly after this. Yes.
Yeah. So when you said there are two devices, when one is inserted in the cochlea and the other, how do they coordinate?
It has a magnet that connects to the inside part of the implant.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so we want to get back to this day because this is a very special day, the International Cochlear Implant Day. And why would it be celebrated? Why would we even talk about this? Why would it be an International Cochlear Implant Day?
Oh my God, we really have all the reasons to celebrate this day. COVID has really taught us that we cannot take life for granted.
Yeah, sure.
We saw people really dying because there's no oxygen in the country, and it gets us back to this hearing. We get it for free, so some of us don't know how it feels for a deaf child to be in an environment where you're interacting with hearing people and then you're quiet. So for a child to be blessed with access to sound is worth celebrating. It is 1,000 reasons for us to celebrate this day, because it gives our children an opportunity to be able to hear. And when they hear, they are able to interact freely and easily with fellow kids in the community. They are able to interact with every other person in the community. So we have all the reasons to celebrate. Yes.
So when we look at Uganda, we've celebrated very many days, and very many days have gone, it has been publicized in the media that this is this day and this is this day. But why is it that this day is a silent day?
Yes, I would assure you, Eddie, that hearing is a silent disability. And this is the reason, because it's not physical, that you look at me and then know that I'm deaf, which is very different from, say, a lame person or a blind person. You look at them and say, oh, this person is blind, this person is actually lame. But for a child who is deaf, you will look at them and assume they're actually okay. And you can even start talking to them, yet they have a silent disability. So for us, we call it a silent disability, simply because it's not visible. You won't look at me and then assume I'm deaf, or you won't look at my daughter and then conclude right away that they are deaf. You only have to reach out to them, talk to them, and then get to know that, oh, sorry, this child is actually deaf. So I would want to believe that that's the reason this day is not really known out there. It's not so popular, but also because this is a new season for us. We are glad that these services are right here in Uganda, so we are slowly starting to appreciate that there's this day. So we are not ashamed to say For us, we started. We celebrate it every other year, and we are so proud of that.
Because when you say this is a silent disability, I also remember that next week we shall be celebrating the World Hearing Day.
Yes, please.
And surprisingly, it is not written anywhere on any of our calendars. And this is really a disservice. And I think this is now correct the Ministry of Health and the stakeholders to be mindful of some of these, because this is a silent disability, but it is giving a lot of stress to very many parents, and they're dying silently.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And I mean, the challenge is when you hear our children being referred to as Kasiru, it really hurts. It's very heartbreaking. But we are coming out. We are creating awareness out there. People, please don't call our children Kasiru. They are not stupid. Chigala. They need to be rehabilitated. So we are here to tell you, please come join us. Let's celebrate this year. Come celebrate this day, the International Cochlear Implant Day. And the reason is simple. It is so beautiful to see a child that was once deaf, and they're able to speak and interact freely. They're able to join, like I will tell you, Edwin, that when we rehabilitate our children, our major goal is to help them gain their full potential out there. We want them to be able to go interact with the rest of the world because they have the capacity, they have the skills, and they have good brains. They are very brilliant children, and they can compete out there. But they just need to be rehabilitated. And the cochlear implant is magical.
Wow. Let's certainly go for a commercial break. We shall be right back.